Some emotions carry with them an especially strong energy. When this happens, our minds become active and our bodies become tense. This can happen when we're angry, anxious, or overwhelmed. Practicing mindfulness can help relieve the pressure of the emotions and bring some relief. With your eyes open right now, start to take in the sights around you. Notice colors and textures. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. What do you see? What draws your eye? Now take in the sounds around you. What can you hear? Notice anything that you can smell or taste. Keep breathing. Now, notice how you feel in your seat and what your body is touching. The chair, your hands on your lap. Maybe you can't feel much. That's okay. Just keep breathing. We were just practicing creating space. Take a few deep breaths and look around the room. See, hear, smell, and feel what is happening right now. That is mindfulness. The first step to self-regulation is making space. Stan is feeling stressed because he's waiting on orders for his next station. His family is feeling anxious and Stan is feeling overwhelmed. He doesn't know what his next job will be or if he'll like it. On top of all of that, he has a lot to do before the move. Stan is waiting to order lunch. The line is long. When he finally gets to the front, they've run out of the only burger he likes. So he has to order something that he doesn't really care for. Stan begins to feel more and more grumpy as he makes his way back to the office. When Stan gets back to his desk, his coworker is waiting for him.
Stan, this tasker is due at the end of the day.
I told my family I would come home and help them pack.
Well, I guess you'll have to change your plans.
I can't believe this.
Now, we all know how this day goes from bad to worse. And I bet we can all imagine what will happen next if Stan's thoughts spiral downwards. Anger, resentment, fatigue, fighting, to name a few. If Stan decides to push his feelings down and ignore them, he might drink alcohol or eat junk food in order to deal with his emotions. He might communicate his unhappiness by doing his work poorly or with a bad attitude. Alternately, Stan could use mindfulness skills to self-regulate. He could do this by making space and noticing how he feels.
I'm feeling crunched for time. I feel like I'm stretched thin by my home commitments and just overwhelmed. I can accept all of these feelings instead of trying to push them away. All right, a few more hours and I will be done.
Hey, Stan. I know you have a lot going on. What can I do to help with the tasker today?
Thanks, Mel. That would be awesome if you could.
Stan did a few simple things to create space, notice how he was feeling, name his feelings, and accept them. Together, these actions made it easier for him to identify that he was upset and overwhelmed. Stan turned his story around by admitting that he was feeling overwhelmed, finding solutions, and connecting with his family. Stan chose to respond differently than usual to the stress of the deadline by thinking constructive thoughts about the tasker. When he changed his attitude, his coworker noticed that Stan seemed more approachable than he had been earlier, and he returned to offer help. When we create space to acknowledge and feel our emotions, it's easier for us to adjust to our situation and to accept what's happening. We can use mindfulness to increase our self-regulation and to master our emotions. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it gets. So keep on taking deep breaths, noticing what's around you, and acknowledging how you feel. Mindfulness can help you master your emotions today.